WLIJ. Now that's country.
Welcome to your live local coverage of election returns on 98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ. Also streaming on WLIJradio.com and the free WLIJ 98.7 mobile app. We will be informing you on the results from each precinct as they become available, along with overviews of results from other states. November election returns on WLIJ are brought to you by C&J Wood Design, Doak Howell Funeral Home, Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, First Community Bank, Kincaid Service Company, Matthew Allen Trucking, LLC, Patient Advocate Consulting, LLC, People's Bank, Jacob Spence, State Farm Agent, Templeton and Associates Insurance, and by Traders Bank. Now, let's go live to WLIJ Studio B. Here are tonight's hosts, Curt Cobb and Jim Tracy.
Welcome to election night in 2024. We got presidential election going on, and we've already got a call coming in. Curt, let's go ahead and see if we can get it.
Hotline.
Hello, who we got here?
This is the Secretary of State of the great state of Tennessee. Most importantly, Jim Tracy's friend.
Hey, good evening, Trey. Thanks for joining us. I know we don't have any results yet, but we got Curt Cobb with us. You remember Curt?
Man, how do y'all fit that much star power in one small room?
Hey, guess who else is with us tonight? Warren Wells. You remember Warren?
It's like the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, the legendary Warren Wells. Well, just talk about anything you want to talk about as far as how, I know a lot of people ask how the votes are counted and all that. And Tennessee, all the states are a little bit different. We do a great job. Your group does a great job. Just tell us a little bit about that, I think, Trey.
Well, thank you, Jim. It's a privilege to be on, and I'm trying to put your listeners to sleep. But, right now the polls just closed. Now, anybody who was in line at 7 o'clock is still able to vote, and a county cannot release their early voting results as long as somebody is still in line. So, used to, counties, frankly, didn't really follow that law. And as soon as 7 o'clock hit, they go ahead and release their early voting results. So, we'll start to see over the next 20 minutes some early voting results trickle in across the state. I would suspect by midnight tonight, 90-plus of our counties, or 90-plus of our 95 counties will have reported all of their votes for the day, and will go home. There'll probably be a couple of counties still. It takes them a little longer. There's always some machine that jams somewhere, something that happens, and so by the time the sun comes up in the morning, we'll be done in Tennessee. Now, there are other states out there that, they still accept ballots that are postmarked by Election Day. So there's some of those states out there that are still going to be receiving and counting ballots for a few days. So that's why some states may be a little bit slower to be able to have their final count. But, one of the things to remember, too, is probably while we're sitting here, one of the major networks has probably already called Tennessee for a candidate.
They have. It just popped up on my phone. They've called it for Donald Trump, and they've called it for Marsha Blackburn.
Yeah, so I don't think anybody's really stunned by that. But, so we'll actually, people will start calling us and emailing us in a minute saying, how dare you go ahead and call the election? We got people in line. Well, we don't call the election. We count the ballots and at the local level, and then the counties will then go through a certification process over the next couple of weeks where they'll reconcile provisional ballots. They'll make sure that all the vote totals match up, and then they'll go through a bipartisan final certification. And then that data will roll up to the state, and ultimately, in mid-December, we'll have the 11 electors who will meet here in downtown Nashville to cast Tennessee's votes for what it sounds like is going to be Donald Trump.
And Trey, I think I would say they probably get the results. This is Curt from the exit polls. Is what I would say they're basing their information on.
They go to 5 or 6 different counties, and they look at past trends, and then they also look at exit polling to try and determine how they can project a winner. That's exactly right.
Well, Trey, I want to say this, and Tennessee, I'm proud to live here, and I know you're very proud to represent us as the Secretary of the State, but a lot of people don't know this, but you being the leader of elections, Tennessee has led the country in election integrity, and I'm proud of that. I appreciate what you do for our state with that, and also all the help you've always given our library, so we really appreciate that.
Well, thank you, Curt. When we talk about election integrity, frankly, you served as well, not a long time before you moved on to other things and had a great opportunity to go back and serve the county in a different role. But, all the legislators, frankly, share in that credit for election integrity in Tennessee. They've given us good laws that allow us to place a premium on integrity. That one of the things that I have been saying for a long time, and I really share this with other new secretaries of state across the country when they come into office, I said, don't get into a situation where you begin sacrificing the integrity of the elections just for convenience. You want your state to be a place where it's easy to vote but hard to cheat, because the day that people feel like that their vote is being canceled out by someone who's voting illegally, then it's hard to ever get that confidence back. And so y'all share in that credit as well.
Warren, you got a question for him?
No, just I think Curt was about to ask, but I'd love to hear how your dad's doing.
Yeah.
General Hargett. I served under him when I was in Iraq.
And hey, and y'all going to be the first to hear this. I got a text from him about 2 hours ago, and he hit his first hole-in-one he's ever made in his life.
Oh, boy. Nice. You won't be able to stand him now.
He's going to have to buy like a minivan to fit his head back.
Yep, he'll be hard to deal with after a hole-in-one, I guarantee it, knowing General Hargett.
I'm sure for many years now he's going to remind me the score is General Hargett 1, Trey 0.
Hey, Trey, one thing, I know we talked about elections and the early votes. If no one's in line, the early votes here in Bedford County usually come in about 7:15, maybe 7:20. But tell everybody else what all you do at the Secretary of State's office. A lot of people don't realize. I know you tell them about what you do with the libraries and what other things you do. Y'all got a lot going on at Secretary of State's office.
Yeah, Curt was talking about that a minute ago. And of course, one of the very first library grants we made, we have the Tennessee State Library and Archives under my purview, and we also have 9 regional libraries, and we make library construction grants. And in fact, one of the very first library construction grants I made after I became Secretary of State was down there in Shelbyville.
Oh, yeah.
To help build that beautiful library down there, and it's a great source of pride. And in fact, if you go and pull a book off the shelf at that library, there's a good chance that the regional library system purchased those books, as well as working equipment and the computers that you see in there. So in our office, we play a tremendous role in making sure we have strong, vibrant libraries across the state of Tennessee. And not to mention, I serve on 14 different boards and commissions, ranging from the State Building Commission to Tennessee Housing Development Agency, the State Funding Board. We touch a lot of different areas of state government. And the last thing I would mention is that probably some of your listeners out there that own a business will recognize my ugly face from the top of our website whenever they've gone in to file their annual report or to start their business. So, we touch hundreds of thousands of businesses each year. In fact, over 400,000 businesses in the state of Tennessee are registered with us, and also we oversee charitable organizations in the state of Tennessee, and try to make sure that people can trust in how their hard-earned charitable dollars are being spent by the nonprofits that we govern. And we recently started a new program called Tennessee Business Against Trafficking. Human trafficking is now the second fastest growing criminal enterprise in the country. And, we were trying to engage the business community, putting a stop to that. So we're engaging business leaders and training people across the state on how they can recognize the signs of human trafficking. And then also, just as importantly, when you see it, knowing what to do when you see it. So we got a lot of great things going on. I often tell people, and I'll date myself when I say this, but Warren may not remember this, but Curt and Jim, I know y'all will. Y'all remember the old Life cereal commercials where, they weren't sure how it tasted. They gave it to Mikey because he'd eat anything.
That's right.
Yeah, in the Secretary of State's office, whenever nobody else wants to do something, well, they give it to Mikey over here because he'll do anything. And so we're always looking at how we can try and add value to to how we fellow Tennesseans.
Well, listen, Trey, I know this is a busy night for you. We really appreciate you calling in and giving us an update for our listeners. We appreciate you. Have a great night. Make sure Mark Goins works tonight, will you?
Well, there's only so much I can do, but I'll do my best. But hey, it's always great to talk to three good friends and three great Tennesseans. So thank each and every one of you.
Thank you. All right, Curt, I think we got some results in there. You want to see what we got?
Okay, if I got this right. So I guess we'll start with the president and vice president. And I think what we should do is just call the Democrat and the Republican.
Yeah.
There's so few of these others. I think that would just be a lot of time and maybe confusion. But anyway, the absentee early for Bedford County, what we have for Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, is 11,488 votes. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, 2,990 votes, which that is might be the biggest margin I believe I've ever seen on something for early voting in just about any race. Mm-hmm. What do you think, fellas, on that?
It's a big. I don't think I've ever seen one that big. And then you come on down to the United States Senate, same pattern, really. Marsha Blackman, 11,078, and Gloria Johnson, 2,914. So, pretty close.
Yeah, it looks like Bedford County is probably going just about like most of the state from what you can see already.
And then I'll be curious to see the percentages. And then when you go to United States House of Representative District 4, Scott Desjardins, he has 10,545 votes. And Victoria Isabel Broderick, she has 2,497 votes. And then the next one we have is the Tennessee Senate District 14. Shane Reeves, he had 10,739 votes. And E.R. Smith, the Democrat, had 2,411 votes.
And one thing you notice, those of you listening, and that's the normal, always usually top of the ticket gets the most votes. Mm-hmm. If you'll see, as the further you go down the ballot, they get a little less.
And somehow our sheet's cut off or something. We don't have a number for Pat Marsh, but I think it's safe to say that he's going to win if he.
Yeah, he doesn't have. Yeah, if he votes for himself, he's going to win. We didn't, for some reason, we didn't get the numbers on his. We'll have them probably on the next batch. Well, why don't we take a break right now while we got a break, and they'll bring in some more numbers here in just a minute. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back in just a minute.
When we lose a loved one, the decisions brought against us can be overwhelming. This should be time to grieve with family and reminisce about fond memories. The Doak-Howell family is fully prepared and equipped to help you navigate this somber time. Families serving families since 1973. Doak-Howell Funeral Home, 739 North Main Street in Shelbyville. Give them a call at 931-684-5011 or visit them at DoakHowellFuneralHome.com.
This holiday season, it's more than just shopping. It's about coming together. It's about supporting the small businesses that keep our community alive, the places we call home. Every dollar spent here stays here, fueling the dreams of local shop owners, supporting families, and helping our town thrive. On Small Business Saturday, let's make a meaningful impact. These are the businesses built by your neighbors, your friends, the people who pour their hearts into making our community unique. Over 130 small businesses will open their doors, ready to share a little piece of what makes Shelbyville special. Shop Small Saturday, November 30th, 2024. Presented by First Community Bank. Support small businesses. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool and triple-stranded pocketed coils to give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company. 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station. 931-684-5662.
Do you have questions about your medical bill? Do you have a medical bill that your medical insurance is not paying? Do Do you really owe that charge? Or what about that medical procedure you need, but you cannot get your medical insurance to approve it? Well, Elaine at Patient Advocate Consulting LLC is here to help you solve those problems. Give Elaine a call at 931-437-2147 and visit online at deniedclaimshelp.com. Patient Advocate Consulting LLC.
Election night on WLIJ, and we've just gone through some of the numbers again, and I just sort of review these. Donald Trump, J.D. Vance has won Bedford County substantially, and Marsha Blackburn has won very substantially, and then Scott Desjardins has won the congressional in the early vote. This is all early vote, and then Shane Reeves is beating his Democratic opponent 10,739 to 2411, and then Pat Marsh has got 12,214 votes in early voting. I believe he's going to make it.
That's right. I think he's going to make it. Congratulations.
So that's all the numbers we got. And you might want to go over, Curt, and tell them the races we're looking at, the local races. Okay. You've got that.
So what we have is Normandy election, alderman that says vote for 2 if you look at when you're voting on at the precinct on the ballot, but we actually only have one name on there, so I guess he's going to win. His name's Cody Chirac, and then independent candidate, and then I guess there's a spot for a write-in on that. So anyway, we'll get those results. We will let the listeners have those results. So on the next one we have is the Shelbyville municipal election. We actually had 3 wards up in Shelbyville this year. In City Council Ward 1, we have Henry Feldhouse. They run nonpartisan there, so he's an independent candidate. Henry is unopposed, so congratulations to him when we get those results. On the City Council Ward 3, the city of Shelbyville, you vote for one, so we have one person that get elected. There is 3 candidates. There is J.D. Daniel Jr., Gary Hale, and Betsy Noel. And then when you move over to City Council Ward 5, you have Josh Blevins, Stephanie Isaac, and Dee McCullough. Those are the 3 there. And then when you get over to the Wartrace municipal election, when you go to the precinct and you vote, it's the top 3 vote getters will get elected. We only have 3. So it's Thomas E. Batchelor, Benjamin Cataldo, and Matthew Evans. So there's just 3 there. So it looks like, unless there's some kind of write-in or something we don't know about, then those 3 should get elected in Wartrace. So pretty much what we look like we're going to have is we have some contested elections in the Shelbyville municipal election. Ward 3 and Ward 5 are the 2 where they're contested.
Yep, that's so we're waiting on their results, and we should have those pretty quickly. The early vote, anyway. Yeah. And just remember, the votes we give you is just the early vote, and the votes that happen today will come in a little bit. It'll take them a little time from precinct to precinct to get those, but the early vote and all those races that we've already gone over is pretty substantial. I don't think any one of them is going to be taken over. Do you, Warren?
No, I don't think so. And I think of all the races we're going to talk about tonight, besides the presidential election, that Ward 3 and Ward 5 are going to be the ones that are going to be the most interesting to watch.
It really is, and if you look at the precincts like Ward 3, so be listing for Aiken and Thomas, because those are the 2 precincts that when the numbers come in, those are the 2 precincts that they vote for Ward 3. And then in Ward 5, the precincts are First Assembly, Bedford, Community Center, Aiken, Thomas, and Southside. So looks like we got some numbers in so far. So we will...
Go ahead, Curt. Why don't you go through those then?
Okay. All right. We'll start off with the Normandy election. And Mr. Cody R. Chirac, he has 13 early votes. and then there is a three that are put down for a write-in. And then when we get down to the Shelbyville municipal election, we have City Council Ward 1. We had Henry Feldhouse. He has 370 votes. He's unopposed. Then you get the City Council Ward 3. You have J.D. Daniel Jr. He has 169 votes. Gary Hale has 242 votes. And Betsy Noel has 372 votes. And we have a write-in candidate that has, which they're not on so it wouldn't count, but it would be one. So then when you get down to City Council Ward 5, you have Josh Blevins has 362 votes. You have Stephanie Isaacs has 136 votes. And you have Dee McCullough, who has 303 votes. And so that is the early results on City Ward 5. Then when you get down to Ward Trace municipal election, you have Thomas E. Batchelor has 108 votes. Benjamin Cataldo has 130 votes. And Matthew Evans has 100 votes. And that's the top three on that.
I think all three of them. So you picked three in that one. Is that correct for aldermen?
Yes, you picked three. So those three, those three will be elected in Normandy. I guess we're just down to the Shelbyville municipal elections that we'll hear the results in Ward 3 and Ward 5.
I'm good friends with some of the Cataldos, and he's got quite a few more votes than everybody else. I think his whole family voted for him. He'd win for sure. It's a big family in Ward Trace.
Yes, and we got a call.
Coming in. All right, who we got calling in here tonight?
Pat Marsh.
Hey, Pat, congratulations. I see you didn't forget to vote for yourself, and plus another 12,000 on top of that. So you had a good night.
Well, thank you very much, Jim. It's an honor, very big honor to serve the people of Lincoln and Bedford and more.
Well, that's fantastic. So you got a big session coming up. You might want to talk a little bit about how long you served and what do you expect coming up in January?
Well, I got elected in 2009 with your help, a lot of your help. Jim was like a driver. He made me get up and go every day, and I'm proud you did, Jim. You made it work. I've been in the House for 15 years, and we start back the second Tuesday of January, and we will go until about the 1st of May until we pass a balanced budget. And we've got a lot of good things going on this year. One thing that we're going to try to work on is the big school choice bill that the governor is promoting. Governor Lee has been really high on this for several years, and we almost passed it last year and came a little short. And I think they're already working on it now. So it'll be one of the first things we get to, I suppose.
Well, that's great. Y'all got any questions for Pat?
Congratulations.
Hey, Pat, it's Warren Wells. I will point out, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm glad to, like all of you all, I want to get this over with so we can get back to normal life. It's been very hectic, especially with the federal elections, and I think that's going to be probably not going to know tonight even who wins that.
Doesn't look like it.
So I know you're on the ballot by yourself, but I do want to point out in early voting you have more votes than Donald Trump does in Bedford County. Am I reading that right?
Yep, 12,200. You got 12,214 votes in early voting, Pat, and Trump only got 11,488, I believe.
I bet that doesn't happen for a state house race very often.
It's unusual.
You pulled him over the finish line.
Well, that's great. Great.
Pat, we appreciate you calling in, appreciate your service to the state and the district, and you just good luck coming up this session, and let us know if we can help in any way.
But what are the results in the city election and the two that were tested? Y'all got
Curt's got that one.
Well, right now we just have the early voting City Ward 3. We have J.D. Daniel has 169. Gary Hale has 242. Betsy Noel has 372. And then in City Ward 5, Josh Blevins has 362. Stephanie Isaacs has 136. This is early voting. And then Dee McCullough has 303. So Blevins is leading the early vote in City Council Ward 5.
Gotcha.
All right, Pat. Well, you have a good evening. Enjoy this win, and look forward to seeing you down the road.
Curt and Warren, thank you all very much for having me on. I appreciate your support.
Thanks. Good talking to you.
See you later.
See you.
See ya.
All right, I think we'll take a break right now. We got a good time to take a break, and we'll come back. We may have some more results, and we may have some more call-ins here in just a minute. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back in just a minute.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Templeton and Associates Insurance, 108 Depot Street, Shelbyville. Call Jennifer, Kay, or Natalie, 931-684-4380. Shop local, invest local, bank local. Why not Traders Bank in Shelbyville? Protect your hard-earned assets with their Citizens ID Secure checking account. Traders Bank has the technology in place to protect your identity with their identity monitoring technology, monitoring more than 1,000 databases to identify suspicious activity. Traders Bank has got your back. 931-680-3500 or visit their office on North Main Street next to Sonic for your banking needs. Traders Bank of Shelbyville. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
I've been in SICP for 3 years and I love it. The teachers are so sweet and fun, they really make it a great place to be. When I first started, I used to play imaginary games and pretend to be Disney characters. Then I got into sports as I got older. I could be creative, have fun, and still stay active. The best part is spending time with my friends. We get to hang out and have fun while our parents are working. It makes the day go by so fast and I never feel like I'm missing out. SICP gives you a fun, safe place to play, learn, and make memories. Want to join the fun? Visit BedfordK12TN.com for more information.
WLIJ, and it's an exciting night. You know, Warren and Curt and I were talking before we went on air. You know, I always get a little nervous. Curt, if you've run for office before, when election night hits, you work so hard for a long period of time, and boom, in about 30 minutes, it's all over. And, I mean, you work extremely hard when you run for office, and then you either win or you lose pretty quick, don't you, Warren?
That's right. I've never had my name on the ballot, but I've my livelihood's depended on a few times, and one of them was with your race a couple times. But
that's right.
We've seen highs and lows on election night, haven't we?
Man, it's yes, that's right. You see highs and lows, and it ebbs and flows as the votes come in, and it's just you know, of course, in a small race like running for a state senate, state house, or a city council race, you don't have all the polling, so you don't know where you are in polling. You know, the federal races, they poll, and they do tracking polls every day. If you're running for governor, they got enough money to do that. So that gives you an idea where you are. It's still not perfect, but if you're not polling, And, you know, when those early vote comes in, it either takes your breath away or you're excited.
That's right.
So it's a big night. I mean, I'll tell you this, Curt. I appreciate everybody willing to put their name on the ballot now. You know, with everything going on now with social media and everything happening, it's a big sacrifice to push your name on the ballot.
It is, and there is so much on social media that's true and so much it's not true, and so there's a lot of rumors and things like that go on social media, and it can get things I guess swaying one way or the other, and you know, in these elections, and but just the sacrifice, you know, when candidates get out there and beat on doors and call people and spend that time, it takes some time to get out there, and it's a lot of work, and there's no substitute for that type of work.
And you and I know when we were running for office, we went to every event there were. If it was a ham breakfast or a barbecue or a country ham breakfast or a fish fry or just to get together, you know, you were there trying to shake hands and meet people.
You're right. You're right.
And it takes a lot of time to do it. You go to the coffee shops early in the morning, like Pat said. We'd get up at 5 o'clock and we'd hit 3 or 4 coffee spots before 7 o'clock trying to meet people.
That's right. That's right.
And let them ask you questions. And it doesn't seem like people do it as much today. They use social media, and that's all good. And they use TV and radio, and that's all good. But people still like to look you in the eye and ask you, you know.
They do. And these elections were interesting. If you look at particularly if you look at like Ward 5 that Blevins in, you know, he's kind of Jim, I don't know if you know this, but he's like a reporter for Shelbyville Now, which they stream online. They do news and media and things like that. And then you had Stephanie Isaac, you know, she was the incumbent. And then Dee McCullough, you know, he's a guy that's lived here for a long time. If you look at Blevins, he kind of ran a campaign as we'll see how it ends up in the result. If it stays the same, he'll win. But he ran a campaign as he was the outsider and that he wasn't from here. And they have a lot of, that's one of the fastest growing areas of the county is in that ward, a lot of new construction. And then Isaac was the incumbent, and she kind of ran her campaign, for, you know, public housing and a lot of the renters, you know, the non-homeowners, and that was kind of where she focused her race. And then McCullough, you know, he ran his race. You know, he was about his years in education and those issues. And all of them has some of the same issues, but about education and the growth and things in that nature is how he ran his campaigns. But Blevins, when you look, he has a show every week that is on Shelbyville Now, and so he reports, and he's also a candidate. So he has that exposure. And they have like I don't know, 15,000 followers. And so it's interesting to see. I don't know how much he spent in advertising or how much his in-kind contributions were. I think when you're in that dual row, I think there's a value to that. So I don't know if that you know, how much he had. I know some of McCullough had a lot more in his campaign, but I don't know what he spent or not. But it looks like that whatever that worked for Shelbyville Now and all that helped Blevins get a lot of votes because he's virtually, you know, hadn't been here but 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, and when you run a race with 3 different people, like you said, the vote splits up 3 ways, and you just don't know how it goes. When you run one-on-one, it's a little different race, and you know, I've running races where you have multiple candidates, and it's harder to run when you have multiple candidates.
And I know people that live in that Ward 5, and there's a lot of the candidates were beating on doors.
Now Ward 5, that's up Unionville Highway that way.
That is. It's on the left side of the road, but it kind of goes back over. But it has the projects. It starts with the projects and goes on up, and that's why you got 5 different precincts where they vote.
Okay, interesting. Well, all right, I think we got another call coming in. Let's see who this is. All right, who we got calling in tonight?
All righty, this is Henry Feldhouse.
Hey, Henry, congratulations. I see you squeaked by there.
Yeah, I want to thank all those who gave me some complimentary votes, and hopefully I can live up to their expectations and keep things moving forward for Shelbyville.
Well, we appreciate you calling in. How many terms is this for you now, Henry?
This will be, let's see, this round I started in 2012, so what's this, 12? So I guess this will be the fourth term in this series. I've pretty well been either an elected official or appointed continuously to board since February of 1978.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot of service. We appreciate your service.
So go ahead.
So with early voting coming in, two of your colleagues, the incumbents, are down with early voting. There may be a change in the city council.
Yeah, that's what I hear. So, it's always, I've seen a lot of change for the city in that light. So.
Well, Henry, I guess we need to nickname you Landslide Feldhouse, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I'm fortunate that I've had a couple terms now where I've been running unopposed, so I'm either doing something right or nobody else wants to get in there.
It's always easier to run unopposed, that's for sure. So, but we sure appreciate you calling in, Henry. Congratulations and good luck the next 4 years.
Will do. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you. See you, Henry.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
All right. I think we'll take another quick break, and then we'll come back. I think we may have some results coming in here in just a minute.
Modernize your kitchen with elegant cabinet designs from C&J Wood Design. See how your new cabinets will look in your new home with their unique 3D design technology, free with every project order. Now, with 2 locations, you can visit our new showroom on North Jackson and Tullahoma across from the movie theater, and in Shelbyville off Highway 41A near Old Columbia Road. So modernize your kitchen with beautiful cabinet designs from C&J Wood Design in Shelbyville and Tullahoma. C&J Wood Design. Better by design.
Get your building and construction materials out to the job site on time with Matthew Allen Trucking LLC. Whether you're moving gravel, sand, fill dirt, topsoil, or even heavy equipment, you can leave the trucking to the local pros. Call 931-580-5989 or email matrucking@att.net today. So don't risk it. Get your materials to the job site on time with Matthew Allen. Matthew Allen Trucking LLC is proud to call Wartrace area home. It is a proud sponsor of the Cascade Coaches Show on the Zinger 100.9.
Jacob Spence is your newest local State Farm agent right here in Shelbyville. Jacob and his team share goals to be there for you by providing insurance for auto, home, condos, renter's insurance, personal articles, life, health, and much more. Give Jacob and his team a call, 931-488-7138, or go to securebyspence.com. Jacob Spence State Farm, your new local State Farm agent.
People's Bank of Middle Tennessee, proudly serving Bedford County and the Middle Tennessee area for nearly 25 years. Whether you're seeking personal banking, loans, or even investment advice, their friendly local team is there to help you every step of the way. Big enough to meet all your needs and small enough to truly care. With People's Bank, you're not just a customer, you're a neighbor and a partner in their financial success. Visit 1122 North Main Street in Shelbyville or pbomt.com to get started today. People's Bank of Middle Tennessee. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I got it. All right. We're back here on election night 2024. And Warren, give us, since we got a little time, we're waiting on some votes to come in to today's votes. Give us an update sort of what's going on nationally. I guess the 2 states that are prominent right now are Georgia and North Carolina.
Yeah, and I'd say Georgia's got the most votes in, so they got 52% of the votes in, and with 52% of the votes, Donald Trump has 55%, and Harris has 44.4%. And in North Carolina, we're looking at 21% in, Donald Trump with 52.5, and Harris with 46.6. So Donald Trump winning both of those states at the moment.
All right. What else we want to talk about, Curt? We got a minute waiting on. I think we just got some results they said came in, but they're compiling them right now, so we should have them here in just a few minutes.
Well, I'm kind of just curious to see. I know that a lot of these states, they're still bringing in the numbers, and we were talking a while ago, a lot of what it determines on where they vote in these states. So usually the urban precincts in a lot of these states or the cities, they tend to be more Democrat. So if they turn those in early, it could go more Democrat, and then they turn them in later, it could change it. So it'll be interesting to see which way these election results go.
All right, we got someone calling in. Let's see who this is. All right, who we got calling in tonight?
Hey, I'm Tony Scott from Bell Buckle.
Hey, Tony.
I was wondering if Jim Tracy was going to be on tonight. I turned on kind of late.
I'm here. You talking to him, Tony?
Oh, is that you?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I don't know if you remember me. We went to school together at Graves North Elementary.
Oh, yeah, I remember you.
I believe your mama was our teacher.
I think you're right. That's right.
I remember Steve Rector, Ken Qualls, Mark Alexander, Deborah Jackson, a bunch of people like that. I was just wondering if this was the same guy.
It is. You got it right, Tony. I just saw those people. We had a big reunion Saturday before last, and saw those people you just named: Clark Jones, Steve Richter, Ken Qualls, all those guys.
Yeah, I remember all of them. And Mike Dixon.
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of them. A lot of them gone now. But anyway, I thought you was the same guy. If I ain't mistaken, your dad was a State Farm or Farm Bureau insurance agent.
He was an extension agent for UT. But I appreciate you calling in, Tony. Good to talk to you.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm proud of you, man.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Tony. See ya.
Hey, later on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jim, you cut him off before I got to find the dirt out of him.
Yeah, that's why I cut him off. I didn't want you to find out that he knows the information. He's right.
Yeah. Well, when I worked for Jim for many years, we traveled all over this state. I don't know how many times we would stop at a gas station or something. Somebody would go, I went to school with Jim Tracy. Yeah. How many people did you go to school with?
I don't know, but Tony, I do remember Tony. I graduated in Savannah over in West Tennessee, and he's right. All those names. We had our class reunion a couple weeks ago and saw all those people. It's time moves on, but
that's awesome.
That's Tony. That's awesome. He called in. He was.
I wonder if he knew he was on the air.
I bet he didn't.
I bet he didn't.
I didn't tell him. I should have told him he was on air, but I didn't tell him. But he's a good man. But I tell you what. All right, we got somebody else calling in. Let's see who we got. Hello, it's WLIJ.
Hey, this is Shane Reeves.
Shane, congratulations.
Congratulations, Shane.
Well, looks like we're making good progress.
Yeah, we got you got Curt Cobb here, and you got Warren Wells here.
All right, well, the two power brokers there in Bedford County.
That's it, power brokers. I'm just a peon behind the scenes.
Are y'all on the radio?
We are on the air, so whatever you want to say to the folks listening tonight, I'm glad you told me that. We had somebody call in and went to high school with me a while ago and got on the air. We didn't even talk politics. So tell us a little bit about your race. It looks like you've had a great night already. Early voting came in here, and you were well ahead on the early voting. I think you got 10,739 votes in Bedford County, and I'm sure the early votes come in Rutherford County too, has it?
Well, Rutherford hadn't come in. Moore hadn't come in. It's come in Bedford, and I'll take that back. It has come in Rutherford here in the last minute or so now that I've said that out loud. So it's just coming in Rutherford. Come in Rutherford, Bedford, and Cannon. Still has not come in Moore. So I'm in pretty good shape everywhere on the early voting side of things, but still hadn't come in down there in Moore County. But I know Curt, Warren, I just honored to serve and so thankful to the people of Bedford County. You know, when I first became a senator down in Bedford County down in 1718, just getting started down in that area, I knew so few people. I mean, I knew Jim Tracy because Jim had been in there and a few other folks, but I've just been so proud to meet so many good people, so many teachers and farmers and pastors and business folks. And I'll tell you, I'm proud of Bedford County. I'm proud to serve it. And Bedford County is just moving in the right direction. So many good things are happening in that community right now, from what's going on with the TCAD, what's going on with NTSU and the Motlow program, what's happening with Nearest Green, all the good work that Warren's doing of celebration, I mean, it's just so many positive things that are happening in Bedford County. You're Vanderbilt taking over your hospital. You got your new jail. I mean, just thing after thing after thing are good steps in Bedford County. And I've enjoyed serving, and I love serving with Pat Marsh. He's just such a gem there in your community. I know everybody knows that that's over there. But anyway, things are looking good, guys. So we'll have to wait and see how the rest of it turns out tonight. But honored to serve. It may be a late night on the presidential race, but maybe I'll have some clarity on mine here in the next hour or so.
Well, Shane, this is Curt Cobb. I just want to say that, every time you turn on the TV now, you see something negative politics both ways, or somebody in there saying something negative. But I thought you had extremely good commercials, and they were, just real solid. And I think you did a good job with those and your campaign staff. And I want to congratulate you on that. It was kind of refreshing to see something positive on TV.
Thank you. I just tend to think that good people can disagree. There's just no reason people shouldn't be able to disagree in a civil, kind way, and we may disagree politically, but on a personal level, we all really want so many similar things for our families and our finances and our children and our community, and we just have different ways about going about getting there. But I appreciate you saying that. That's very much kind of who I am, my style. I'm just not a bomb thrower. I'm just not sure that's an effective way to lead, and I haven't done that in my politics or my business or church or anything else I've been involved with. But I appreciate you guys very much. How long are you going to be on the air tonight?
We don't know yet. We're just waiting on probably the local races. Looks like the state races are winding down. We pretty much know, yours and Pat's, and they've already called Marsha Blackburn and Tennessee for Trump. So we're just waiting on the local races to come in today. We got a couple of races that are sort of close, and we're going to wait to today's results before we call them. But I was going to say, you made a good point, Shane. In Tennessee, the ones that served before me, and I just think we do a good job in Tennessee working together for the betterment of the people of Tennessee. Kurt and I ran against each other in 2002, and then I got elected in 2004. We worked together, carried bills together.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree 100% with somebody to work for your district or the state of Tennessee.
That's right, Jim. Well, that's exactly right. And, I truly believe, of course, you've got people on the fringes of the far right, the far left, but the vast, vast majority of people just want you to be available and be informed and to get something done. If they have a problem, help them resolve it, and to really try to move the dial on the big things people care about. If it's education or health care or infrastructure, or public safety or economic development, I mean, all those things are so important to a community like Bedford. And that's what most people want more than anything else. And, I've enjoyed it, and I definitely enjoyed, Jim, following your footsteps.
Well, thanks for calling in, Shane. Congratulations. Warren, you got anything for him before we leave?
No, I just want to say thank you for everything you do. You mentioned Pat. Y'all are probably a dream team together. You mentioned that TCAT, and you mentioned the success of the celebration. Those are two things that you all helped out a lot with the TCAT. You also helped us at the celebration get new footing. That's helped us bring in a lot of events. Y'all are definitely a dream team for us.
Well, Warren, you're doing big things over there, buddy, and you can count on me. Let's keep pushing to make that bigger and better every year.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Shane, for calling in. Congratulations. We'll see you soon.
Thanks to all of you, and thanks to everybody in Bedford County who voted for me. Appreciate it.
All right, that was Shane Reeves, and looks like he's well on his way to win his state Senate race, Curt. And let's take another break, and when we come back, we should have some numbers maybe coming in on our local races.
When we lose a loved one, the decisions brought against us can be overwhelming. This should be time to grieve with family and reminisce about fond memories. The Docal family is fully prepared and equipped to help you navigate this somber time. Families serving families since 1973. Docal Funeral Home, 739 North Main Street in Shelbyville. Give them a call at 931-684-5011 or visit them at docalfuneralhome.com.
When you shop small, you're not just buying a product, you're investing in our community. Small businesses bring personal service and one-of-a-kind gifts right to our neighborhood. These businesses are built by your neighbors, your friends, the people who pour their hearts into our community. Every dollar spent helps create jobs, support local families, and strengthen our community. This holiday season, make a difference. Choose to shop small and celebrate the spirit of our community. Let's show our support for the businesses that make Shelbyville special. Shop local, shop small, and make a big impact. Join us for Small Business Saturday, November 30th. Presented by First Community Bank. Support small businesses. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at kincaidservice.com. Do you have questions about your medical bill? Do you have a medical bill that your medical insurance is not paying? Do you really owe that charge? Or what about that medical procedure you need, but you cannot get your medical insurance to approve it? Well, Elaine at Patient Advocate Consulting, LLC is here to help you solve those problems. Give Elaine a call at 931-437-2147 and visit online at deniedclaimshelp.com. Patient Advocate Consulting, LLC.
On election night 2024, and we're just waiting on our results to come in. You might want to talk about our administrative election. We had the Secretary of State call in little, and each, just so everybody knows, each county has an administrator of elections. Summer Leverett is here in Bedford County. She's been doing it a long time, does a good job, her and her staff, but each county does that. So you and I have known Summer for a long time. You might want to talk about that, how important it is to have somebody that's very competent in that.
Yes, and we have the election commission. Most of them been on there a while, and I think they do a fantastic job. Summer and her staff, they do a fantastic job. And I was even reminded by somebody a while ago, Jim, to say that we have a wonderful election registrar in Bedford County, in which she is, and she does a fantastic job. I've known her for years, and you never really hear anything the questions. There might be a little rumor or something like they are in every community, but I mean, we've just had solid elections in Bedford County. That's something to be very proud of.
Yep, man. Yep, and all you want when you're running for office, like you and I did, Curt, is you just want them to be fair, be efficient, get the results out as quickly as they possibly can, and that's all you want. And you run a smooth election where people can go in and vote, and their votes are counted, and that's it. And that's really all you want.
And the number of people that are early voting now is very impressive. That they're getting those through. I mean, when I early voted, there was a pretty long line, and they got me through pretty quick. So when I voted the other day, I mean, it was a couple, 2-3 days before the early voting was over with, but there's a pretty long line, and they were getting people through pretty quick, very efficient.
Early voting now, I'd say 55% of the votes are early, maybe more in some counties. At least over 50% of the votes are voted early, and I don't know how many days we do it now, probably 14 days, something like that, 2 weeks. And you can almost gauge early voting. First 2 or 3 days is pretty heavy. Then it'll slack off, and then the last 2 or 3 days will pick back up. You got any updates on any of the national stuff, Warren?
Yeah, I can give a quick update. So they've called a couple more states. So I think we all know it takes 270 to win the presidential election. So as of right now, Donald Trump has 111 electoral votes, and Harris has 67. I will say those are all the same as they were 4 years ago. So no state has changed its votes from 4 years ago. But we can look at Georgia and see where they are. All right, so there is 63% of the vote in Georgia, with Trump with 52.1 and Harris with 47.3. So that one's still close.
Yep, still pretty close. And now it looks like we've got some numbers coming in. Benny's coming in with some numbers.
Hot potatoes.
This is from East Side.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, and two, while he's handing these out, the computer I have right here has, I think it's 270 to win, what is reporting, and they're showing at current right now what has been called. Harris has 67 electoral votes, and then Trump has 111 is what's called so far.
Yep. All right, East Side School, I'll go through that real quick. This is today's vote that came in today. Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, 667 votes. Harris and Walsh, 438 in the East Side box. Marsha Blackburn, 637. Gloria Johnson, 407. Come on down, Scott Desjardins, 598 to 347 to Victoria Broderick. And then you come on down, Shane Reeves had 624. And E.R. Smith had 344. And let's go to the, it's East Side School's Henry Feldhouse, and he had 503. So
that's right.
That's it. So that's all we got. We're still waiting on some of those other wards. Ward 5 and
Ward 3.
And Ward 3. That's the two we're waiting on.
That's right. And then Ward 3 is Aiken and Thomas, and then Ward 5 is First Assembly as a precinct, Bedford as a precinct, Aiken, Thomas, and Southside. So there are 5 different voting precincts.
So we may be here for a while, but they'll start coming in pretty quick now, I think. So.
I would say, I don't know which one in that one would be the largest. I think Aiken is the largest in Ward 3, I would say.
Yeah, it usually is. Aiken's usually a big box.
Yeah, then it splits with Thomas and Ward 5.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, this is it's interesting. I guess the question on the presidential election, I guess, Ward, get your opinion on this, but do you think we'll know tonight, or do you think it'll be sometime tomorrow or Thursday? What's your prediction on when we'll know who the president of the United States is?
Yeah, I've been saying all day that I will definitely go to bed on time tonight and and not stay up waiting. Yeah. I think if we know by the end of the day tomorrow, that'll be about as early as it can be, but maybe Thursday.
And the West Coast is so far behind us, and then if you look at some of these states, they still do paper ballots,
right.
And so, of course, Alaska this time next week, still Alaska won't have the results.
They just don't. Some of these states are just not efficient. They allow absentee ballot. A lot more of those come in. You know, the absentee ballots, and like Secretary Hargett said, they'll allow them to come in as long as they're postmarked today as election. They'll allow them.
This is Southside Federal.
That's right. Okay. Did you read off the East Side?
I did, if you want to do South Side.
Okay, the South Side presidential and vice presidential. This is the South Side precinct. That's where I went to elementary school, Jim. And so Donald Trump and J.D. Vance, they have 1,253 votes at the South Side precinct. And Kamala Harris and Tim Walz has 482 votes. 482. So it's 1,253 for the Republican Trump and 482 for Harris, the Democrat. And then when you drop down here to U.S. Senate, Republican Marsha Blackburn, she has 1,185, and Gloria Johnson has 463.
Okay, so we're moving on down to so we've got East Side and South Side now, waiting on the other boxes to come in. We've got several more to come in. So, all right, let's take a break. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We should have some more numbers when we come back.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Simpleton and Associates Insurance, 108 Depot Street, Shelbyville, or call Jennifer, Kay, or Natalie at 931-684-4380. Shop local, invest local, bank local. Why not Traders Bank in Shelbyville? Protect your hard-earned assets with their Citizens ID Secure checking account. Traders Bank has the technology in place to protect your identity with their identity monitoring technology, monitoring more than 1,000 databases to identify suspicious activity. Traders Bank has got your back. 931-680-3500 or visit their office on North Main Street next to Sonic for your banking needs. Traders Bank of Shelbyville. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
I get to go to SACP when my mom is at work, and I love it. Teachers are so nice, and they make every single day fun. It means a lot to me to be able to do this while my mom works hard and makes more money. I know she's taking care of us, and SACP helps take care of me. Oh, and the snacks are the best. It's always something I look forward to, but it's more than just snacks and fun. SACP gives me a chance to learn new things and be with my friends. It feels like a second home. That makes a huge difference when mom is busy at work. SACP gives you a fun, safe place to be where your parents are at work. Learn more at bedfordk12tn.com.
98.7 and AM 1580 WLIJ.
Be back with you on election night here at WLIJ, and I think this is a good time to sort of talk about all our sponsors. You've been listening to their spots when we take a break, but we want to thank all the sponsors for sponsoring this night tonight. Doak Howe Funeral Home, First Community Bank, Kincaid Service Company, Patient Advocate Consulting, Temple and Associates Insurance, Traders Bank, Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, C&J Wood Design, Matthew Allen Trucking, State Farm, Jacob Spence, and People's Bank. These are all our sponsors that's helped sponsor the show tonight. We really appreciate them doing that, and I hope you're enjoying the returns. They're slowly coming in. We're slowly getting them in. The two big races I think we're looking for are the local races on the city council. Ward 3 and Ward 5,
yes,
Curt?
Yeah.
That's what we're waiting on to get those in. When we get those in, that's the big ones.
Definitely a big thanks to those sponsors. We're pretty lucky to have a locally owned radio station here in our community. There's not that many of them out there anymore around the state.
No, and I'll say this, WLIJ, and they've done a great job for the community for many years.
Yes.
And it's great to have, like you said, a radio station here locally, and they're involved in local projects. And know they have the sheriff on once a week to find out what's going on, and different community leaders come in every week, and that's important. And I know we thank you for listening to WLIJ, and we want to try to get you all the information and all the votes that we can, particularly on races that you're interested in. So
they call them Gov Talks just about every week. They have a Gov Talk in, and if you want to know what's going on in your community, just tune into this station right here.
Yeah, it can get pretty interesting and very specific of what's going on in Bedford County and Shelbyville. Well, Curt, what else you know? Anything else you picked up?
I don't know. I had to step out of the room a minute, but
here we go.
Back, and it looks like we have some more data coming in.
While y'all are looking at those numbers, North Carolina's got a lot of new counties in. So North Carolina's looking at, for the presidential race, 41% of the vote is in, with Donald Trump with 51.9% and Harris with 47.1%.
Okay.
So Trump continues to lead Georgia and North Carolina.
All right, we got some new voters coming in. We got Thomas Magnet. You want to go over that one? I think we just go straight to the total, don't we, Curt?
I think we do, and it's been
because they're adding the early and the precinct, right?
Yes. So don't whoever's listening, do not take the number that we gave for the precincts and add it to the early. It doesn't, the way this sheet comes in. So as they bring in a precinct, for example, this one here, Thomas Magnet School, then when we read that precinct off, that's the number that counts the early voting in that precinct, is my understanding. So anyway, but I don't know if this is right, Jim, or not. If you look at,
I'm looking at it.
Ward 3, that's a pretty. If that's the way they explained it to us.
Yeah, let's take a break and let's see if we can
figure this
out. And we'll take a break and we'll come back in just a minute.
Modernize your kitchen with elegant cabinet designs from C&J Wood Design. See how your new cabinets will look in your new home with their unique 3D design technology, free with every project order. Now, with 2 locations, you can visit our new showroom on North Jackson and Tullahoma across from the movie theater, and in Shelbyville off Highway 41A near Old Columbia Road. So modernize your kitchen with beautiful cabinet designs from C&J Wood Design in Shelbyville and Tullahoma. C&J Wood Design, better by design.
Get your building and construction materials out to the job site on time with Matthew Allen Trucking LLC. Whether you're moving gravel, sand, fill dirt, topsoil, or even heavy equipment, you can leave the trucking to the local pros. Call 931-580-5989 or email matrucking@att.net today. So don't risk it. Get your materials to the job site on time with Matthew Allen. Matthew Allen Trucking LLC is proud to call Wartrace area home and is a proud sponsor of the Cascade Coaches Show on the Zinger 100.9.
Jacob Spence is your newest local State Farm agent right here in Shelbyville. Jacob and his team share goals to be there for you by providing insurance for auto, home, condos, renter's insurance, personal articles, life, health, and much more. Give Jacob and his team a call, 931-488-7138, or go to securebyspence.com. Jacob Spence State Farm, your new local State Farm agent.
People's Bank of Middle Tennessee, proudly serving Bedford County and the Middle Tennessee area for nearly 25 years. Whether you're seeking personal banking, loans, or even investment advice, their friendly local team is there to help you every step of the way. Big enough to meet all your needs and small enough to truly care. With People's Bank, you're not just a customer, you're a neighbor and a partner in their financial success. Visit 1122 North Main Street in Shelbyville or pbomt.com to get started today. People's Bank of Middle Tennessee. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, we're back here on election night 2024, WLIJ, and we're trying to decipher these numbers. Curt and I are on the, particularly on the city council race, so we're working on trying to figure out what the totals are.
I think Warren is going in there to look at.
Yeah, we're going to go check that out.
So.
But I tell you what, let's take another quick break, and while we're adding all these numbers up, hopefully we'll get an answer for you here in just a minute.
We want to make sure it's right.
When we lose a loved one, the decisions brought against us can be overwhelming. This should be time to grieve with family and reminisce about fond memories. The Docal family is fully prepared and equipped to help you navigate this somber time. Family serving family since 1973. Docal Funeral Home, 739 North Main Street in Shelbyville. Give them a call at 931-684-5011 or visit them at docalfuneralhome.com.
When you shop small, you're not just buying a product, you're investing in our community. Small businesses bring personal service and one-of-a-kind gifts right to our neighborhood. These businesses are built by your neighbors, your friends, the people who pour their hearts into our community. Every dollar spent helps create jobs, support local families, and strengthen our community. This holiday season, make a difference. Choose to shop small and celebrate the spirit of our community. Let's show our support for the businesses that make Shelbyville special. Shop local, shop small, and make a big impact. Join us for Small Business Saturday, November 30th, presented by First Community Bank. Support small businesses. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kincaid's is proud to offer Beauty Rest Black to our customers. Beauty Rest Black represents a leap forward in bedding with sleep climate technology keeping you cool, and triple-stranded pocketed coils give you luxurious support all night long. Wake up refreshed and ready to take on the day with a new Beauty Rest Black mattress from Kincaid Service Company, 400 Madison Street, Shelbyville, across from the Speedway gas station, 931-684-5662.
Do you have questions about your medical bill? Do you have a medical bill that your medical insurance is not paying? Do you really owe that charge? Or what about that medical procedure you need, but you cannot get your medical insurance to approve it? Well, Elaine at Patient Advocate Consulting, LLC is here to help you solve those problems. Give Elaine a call at 931-437-2147 and visit online at deniedclaimshelp.com. Patient Advocate Consulting, LLC.
Welcome back. This is Curt Cobb. You're listening to 98.7 FM WLIJ, and we are working on the election returns here tonight. Jim and Warren have gone into the other room to look at this. We have some sheets that are coming in, and they have the absentee, and then they have the precinct. So we're just wanting to make sure how they're tallied right to make sure that we don't give the wrong numbers. But while they're working on that, in the meantime, I'm going to a little update on the presidential election. I'm looking online here on the electoral. We got, my understanding is 270 votes to win the Electoral College for President of the United States. Currently, Harris is sitting with 95 electoral votes, and Trump has 194 electoral votes. Most of the states that have been called by exit polls are on the actually from Texas to the southeast, and some of them in the northeast. So there's still several states on this side of the country. Of course, a lot of the western part of the United States, I think some of their polls are still open. And but Jim's in here, so maybe Jim gives clarity.
We're trying to get it figured out. I think Warren has figured it out. We're going to call and make sure. But, the absentee is what we gave you early. The absentee vote, that's everything that came in. The early vote and absentee is everything that is early. And then I think when you come to the precincts, they're including the early vote in that. So we just need to make sure we get the total votes is what we want. So that's what we're working on.
Absolutely. And we want to just make sure, and we have very few boxes of any information so far, so we still have other stuff coming in. So we'll just make sure that we get this tally right, and we'll get that to you promptly. And well, Jim, what do you think is going to happen in Georgia? I think most of us in the southeast, Georgia has been red for years, and it's gone purple. And and then this last election, I think the governor of Georgia, who's a Republican, he won pretty strong race with a pretty tough candidate.
It's going to be close. I think North Carolina and Georgia both going to be close, and it looks like to me Virginia's close. I was just looking, Virginia. If I'm looking at it right, 50% reported was 49.4 for Trump and Harris 48.9.
I've never even heard anybody talk about Virginia. I always thought, just from paying attention, I thought that was one of them is almost in the not leaning, but almost a for sure state for Harris. So that'll be interesting. I think when you see some of these states, I don't know if it'll trend out west or not, but it might. We'll be able to tell a lot more of, have an idea kind of how everything's trending. So it'll be very interesting to see with that. But 270 is the number.
270 is the number. We'll take a break. We'll come back in just a minute.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the third or fourth level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Templeton and Associates Insurance, 108 Depot Street, Shelbyville. Call Jennifer, Kay, or Natalie, 931-684-4380. Shop local, invest local, bank local. Why not Traders Bank in Shelbyville? Protect your hard-earned assets with their Citizens ID Secure checking account. Traders Bank has the technology in place to protect your identity with their identity monitoring technology, monitoring more than 1,000 databases to identify suspicious activity. Traders Bank has got your back. 931-680-3500 or visit their office on North Main Street next to Sonic for your banking needs. Traders Bank of Shelbyville. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
SACP is an environment where I can learn and have fun. It's more than just a program. It's a safe place where I know I'm cared for. I also feel protected, and that makes a huge difference. It's a place where I can go and just be myself without any worries. I love making friends and spending time with kids my age. It's not just about school either. We get to do cool activities that help us grow and make every day something to look forward to. SACP gives a safe environment to grow, learn, and make lifelong friends. Want to join? Visit bedfordk12tn.com for more information.
This is Curt Cobb with 98.7 FM WLIJ. We're back on the air. The gentlemen are still out there talking. So what we believe is, when the way this is reported and how we get our sheets is first they give us the absentee, the voting for absentee. So this is everybody that voted early, and this is in that first period that did not vote today. And so with that, with the absentee, it also has the other boxes in there, or the other precincts, so for early voting. So for example, ward number 3, which has Aiken and Thomas. So you will see we see the numbers on this sheet. We have not got Aiken's numbers in, but we do have Thomas. So when we report Thomas School, that number also includes the absentee numbers. Is that right, gentlemen? It includes the absentee numbers with that. So the numbers that we gave you earlier on the early voting, you kind of got to ignore those, and then we go precinct by precinct, and then you add those up. And so what we will try to do is give you the totals on that, on those boxes. So as of right now, with and ignoring the absentee or the early voting, going with the precinct, and the precinct Thomas Magnet School, and this counts early voting and the people that voted today at Thomas Magnet. You have City Council Ward 3 at Thomas Magnet School. You had J.D. Daniel Jr. He had 6 votes. You had Gary Hale, who had 15 votes for Thomas Magnet. And then you had Betsy Noel, who at Thomas Magnet School had 11 votes in that precinct. That's Ward 3. Then when you get down to City Council Ward 5, you have at Thomas Magnet School, you have Josh Blevins with 70 votes. You have Stephanie Isaacs with 64 votes. And then you have Dee McCullough for Thomas Magnet with 114 votes. And so that counts for Thomas Magnet. Now, while we're in Ward 5, we do have the results, and like I said a while ago, just to kind of hate to keep saying it over and over, I don't want to confuse everybody, but the numbers that come in with Southside will also include the absentees that we reported earlier tonight. So the Southside precinct votes, which is the early vote, which is absentee, and the votes today at the Southside precinct for City Ward 5, we have those numbers. Josh Blevins has 162 votes. Stephanie Isaacs has 82 votes. And Dee McCullough has 178 votes. That's 178 votes at Southside School. So if you count those two boxes, gentlemen, for Ward 5, then we have
and you got
First Assembly, Bedford, and Aiken left for Ward 5.
Did you get Deason? There's Deason, too.
Okay, and then Deason, well, I didn't see Deason on my sheet, but that might be, that's First Assembly is Deason.
Okay.
So First Assembly, I don't have it, but Jim just gave it to me. So we want to add this on here. So City Council Ward 5, Josh Blevins had 151 votes. That's the Deason area out there. Stephanie Isaacs had 21 votes, and Dee McCullough had 47 votes. So that concludes 3 of the 5 precincts that we have for Ward 5. And now we have, let's see what else we have.
It's the Bedford Community Center.
The Bedford Community Center. And that would be Ward 5 as well. So that would be, Bedford Community Center would be Josh Blevins with 20 votes, Stephanie Isaac with 5 votes, and Dee McCullough with 15 votes. So that is where we are with, that would be the Bedford Community Center. So I believe that just leaves Aiken for Ward number 5.
Now, do you have a total number on that race on Ward 5, if I'm looking at it right?
I think these numbers look correct. Right?
403 for Blevins, 172 for Stephanie Isaacs, and Dee McCullough, 354. Is that what you have?
That's what we have, and we're lacking the
Aiken box.
Aiken box.
And that'll be it.
Left in Aiken, and that should be left. So it should be what's left. So we're looking at
about 49 votes in between.
49 votes, which is very, very close.
What about Ward 3? Do we have Ward 3 anymore?
Well, Ward 3, we have, I read off the Thomas numbers, and the only other one in Ward 3, which is the big box, which is Aiken.
Okay.
So I think, I don't see it in my list here, but I think once we get Aiken, we should be able to call that race for Ward 3, and I don't see it. That's kind of one of those boxes that a lot of people tend to vote.
Yeah, Aiken's always been a big box.
Kind of late, so we don't have it, but can say that we got a nail biter in Ward 5, which I think Warren, by his mathematical calculations,
it's like Cascade mathematics.
Cascade is 49. So I don't know how many votes, how many voters actually are in that Aiken box that would be left. We could tell more about it, but once we have Aiken, we will have the total number and should be able to call Ward, actually both races, Ward 3, City Council Ward 3 and City Council Ward 5.
While we're waiting on those boxes, I can give another Georgia update if you like, Curt.
Yes, sir.
So in Georgia, we have 69% of the vote is in, with Trump with 52.7 and Harris with 46.7. Still close, 69% in.
Yeah, that one's trending 69%. We just don't know where the votes are out though, do we, Warren?
No, but look, from what I'm looking at, most of the counties around Atlanta are in, and then a lot of the rural counties.
Is Cobb County in?
Let me go back to Georgia.
If it is, just blame it because it's named Cobb County. Just blame it on Cobb. Yeah. So, looking at War Trace municipal election, I'm going to just go back over those. The total we have for War Trace election so far, and that is probably it, is 159 for Thomas E. Batchelor. Benjamin Cadaldo has 187, and Matthew Evans has 151. And votes, and that's the total votes that we have. And so all three of those gentlemen, it's top three race, all three will be elected. And so congratulations to them, and that's the numbers we have. Now, what do we got, gentlemen, here?
Okay.
While y'all are looking at that and getting your numbers together, Cobb County is in already.
No, I'm in. Okay. Curt, why don't you go over Ward 3 and 5? We just got the new ones in there. That Deary Aiken.
Okay. So what we have is in the Deary Aiken, and this I think we can call City Council Ward 3 now, with City Council Ward 3, J.D. Daniel Jr., he got 200, and Aiken 226. This is the big box there. Gary Hale got 338 votes. Betsy Noel got 474 votes. That's a lot of votes. Mm-hmm. And so then that brings the total to J.D. Daniel Jr., and this is counting Aiken and Thomas, only two boxes. So J.D. Daniel Jr., he got 232 votes. Gary Hale received 353 votes. And Betsy Noel got 485 votes. So congratulations to Betsy Noel.
Yep.
She's a new council member there.
Got a brand new council member. And Gary Hale, he had been the incumbent. He had served respectfully, and a lot of people know Gary, and he did like to thank him for his service. He did a good job as a city council member. But
Gary's been active in the community a long time, known him for a long time. All right, go to City Council Ward 5, Curt.
Okay, I believe we can call City Council Ward 5 now. Josh Blevins, he received at Aiken School, he received, this is a lot smaller box, he received 23 votes. Stephanie Isaac received 18 votes, and Dee McCullough won. He received in Deary Aiken in this box 24 votes, where he won this particular box. So we get down here to the total. For Ward 5, Josh Blevins has 426 votes. Stephanie Isaac has 190 votes. And Dee McCullough had 378 votes, which that's a pretty darn close election right there. Mm-hmm. But congratulations to Josh Blevins. He's going to be the new city council member for Ward 5 in Shelbyville, Tennessee. If these numbers hold up through the process, we've never really had any problems, I don't think, in Bedford County. But congratulations to him. And we'd like to thank Stephanie Isaac for her service as a city council member, and we appreciate her. And also J.D. Daniel and Dee McCullough, they worked hard in their campaigns, and it's a lot of sacrifice for somebody to run and get out there, and they both worked hard and both got some good numbers, and congratulate them on working hard and on the efforts they put forth in their election. If any of the candidates want to call in at this time and talk to us, if they want to concede, if they want to call in and thank the voters or whatever they want to do, we're open here.
Be glad to hear from them. And just to review, Curt, you did a great job going through that. Just to review all the local races, Cody Schrock, he was unopposed in Normandy, so he'll be an alderman in Normandy. Henry Feldhouse was unopposed. He'll be in City Council Ward 1. Betsy Noel, it looks like, will be a new city councilman for Ward 3. And then looks like Josh Blevins will be the city councilman for Ward 5 with 426 votes. Betsy Noel had 485. And then you had in Ward Trace, you had Thomas Batchelor, Benjamin Contaldo, and Matthew Evans will all be aldermen in Ward Trace. I think that's all our local races.
It is. And Jim, if my numbers are right, City Council Ward 5, it was just 48 votes. That's how close that race was.
Wow.
And then I haven't tallied it yet on the Ward 3, but I think there was about 100, it's like about 132, I'm guessing, there with the difference between Hale and Noel in that race. So it wasn't quite as close. But that will conclude the city races. With that, with the numbers on the city, I think we've been able to call.
And then all the federal, we can go through the federal real quick. We're not going to go through the numbers, but Donald Trump is going to be the big winner for Bedford County. Marsha Blackman's going to be a big winner in the U.S. Senate race. Scott Desjardins is going to be a big winner in congressional race. Shane Reeves is going to be a big winner in the state Senate race. He will continue to serve as your state senator. And then you had Pat Marsh, of course, will be your state rep, and he won unopposed. So I think for Bedford County, that's all our races. So congratulations to all the winners there. And like Kirk said, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, if anybody would like to call in, we'll be glad to talk to them.
Modernize your kitchen with elegant cabinet designs from C&J Wood Design. See how your new cabinets will look in your new home with their unique 3D design technology, free with every project order. Now, with 2 locations, you can visit our new showroom on North Jackson and Tullahoma across from the movie theater, and in Shelbyville off Highway 41A near Old Columbia Road. So modernize your kitchen with beautiful cabinet designs from C&J Wood Design in Shelbyville and Tullahoma. C&J Wood Design. Better by design.
Get your building and construction materials up to the job site on time with Matthew Allen Trucking LLC. Whether you're moving gravel, sand, fill dirt, topsoil, or even heavy equipment, you can leave the trucking to the local pros. Call 931-580-5989 or email matrucking@att.net today. So don't risk it. Get your materials to the job site on time with Matthew Allen. Matthew Allen Trucking LLC is proud to call Ward Trace area home. It is a proud sponsor of the Cascade Coaches Show on the Zinger 100.9.
Jacob Spence is your newest local State Farm agent right here in Shelbyville. Jacob and his team share goals to be there for you by providing insurance for auto, home, condos, renter's insurance, personal articles, life, health, and much more. Give Jacob and his team a call, 931-488-7138, or go to securebyspence.com. Jacob Spence State Farm, your new local State Farm agent.
People's Bank of Middle Tennessee, proudly serving Bedford County and the Middle Tennessee area for nearly 25 years. Whether you're seeking personal banking, loans, or even investment advice, their friendly local team is there to help you every step of the way. Big enough to meet all your needs and small enough to truly care. With People's Bank, you're not just a customer, you're a neighbor and a partner in their financial success. Visit 1122 North Main Street in Shelbyville or pbomt.com to get started today. People's Bank of Middle Tennessee. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, we're glad to have you back here on election night. It's been our honor and privilege to be with you, Kurt, you and Warren. And glad to be with y'all tonight on election night. We had 2 very competitive city council races locally, and all the other races seem to be, pretty wide margins. But in Bedford County, the state and the federal were wide margins. But the local races, we had 2 pretty close local races.
We did, and it's interesting, I think, because years ago they had their election at their own time. And Jim, I think me and you changed that. They asked us to change the private act and sent it to the November election. So I think the local city elections, which it's good, it gets more people participating because of the presidential election, but I think it's a little quieter because everybody wants to talk. Everybody you run into, they want to talk about the presidential election. So I think kind of the city or the municipal elections, and probably in Wartrace and Normandy as well, I would say they probably take a back seat.
I think you're right. I think with doing this, you have more people participating in the election, so usually more votes come in. While we got a minute, Warren, you want to catch us up to date on anything on the federal?
Sure, we've got a couple more states in for the Electoral College.
Well, we got somebody calling. Let's see who we got.
All right, so for the Electoral College, right now we have Trump with 210 and Harris with 105. So as I said earlier, there's still no state has flipped from 4 years ago as of yet. So both candidates are kind of holding their own from 4 years ago.
Okay, let's see. We do have a caller call in. Let's see who we have. Well, we lost them. Let's see. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, who we got with us tonight?
This is Betsy Noel.
Hey, congratulations, Betsy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I know it's a hard race. You worked hard. Close race. First time you've run for office, I believe, isn't it?
That is correct. That is correct.
Well, congratulations, new city councilman. When do you take office?
I guess in January.
Okay.
Maybe December. I'm not. I'm just kind of waiting to hear what I need to do next. But I'm excited. I know, Gary and JD ran a really great race, and they're both really great people. And I just really want to say thank you to everybody, to my family, my friends, neighbors, everybody who stood beside me on this journey. It's not just my journey, it's everybody who's kind of been there with me. So I can't wait to get this next step going.
Well, Jim, we both have something in common tonight. We both had a classmate call. So Betsy and I graduated together. The
story I heard, Curt, was she got you through school. Was that true?
She probably did. We kind of keep that under wraps. But we're both members of the class of 1990. And actually, when we were younger, Betsy lived 4 doors down from me. So we grew up together. I've known Betsy all her life, her kids and her family, and we're all friends. And I know she's put a lot of time, a lot of work in on this race, and I want to congratulate her on that. And can't tell you how many times I passed her on the road and she's out beating on doors.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, Curt. That really means a lot. And just again, this has just been a very well, fought race between everybody. I think everybody was out there just trying to make Shelbyville a better place for everybody. And I want to make sure to, again, thank everybody for their support, all the businesses, all the people, all my neighbors, all my friends, family, the Political Action Committee that have worked tirelessly to, raise the standard of leadership in our town. I just think that moving forward, we're just going to make Shelbyville just a better place for everybody.
Well, congratulations again, Betsy, and thanks for willing to serve. I know it takes a lot of time to serve, but we appreciate your service to the city, and congratulations on the hard-fought win.
Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And y'all have a great night.
You too, Betsy.
See you.
All right. Well, there you go. There's the new council member calling in. So I think we've got pretty much everything wrapped up, Curt, unless let's take a break and we'll come back and sort of close out.
When we lose a loved one, the decisions brought against us can be overwhelming. This should be time to grieve with family and reminisce about fond memories. The DoCal family is fully prepared and equipped to help you navigate this somber time. Families serving families since 1973. Doak Howell Funeral Home, 739 North Main Street in Shelbyville. Give them a call at 931-684-5011 or visit them at dokehowellfuneralhome.com.
At First Community Bank, we believe that banking should feel like home. For over 36 years, we've been your trusted community bank, dedicated to serving our neighbors, friends, and families right here in Bedford County. Whether you're saving for your first home, starting a new business, or planning for retirement, we're here for you every step of the way. With personalized service and local decision-making, we know you by name and understand your unique needs. When you choose First Community Bank, you're not just a number, you're part of our community. So why bank anywhere else? Experience the difference of a community bank that puts you first. Visit us at firstcommunitybanker.com or call us at 931-684-5800. First Community Bank, where banking feels like home. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Visit Kincaid Service Company today to experience the superior comfort of a Serta mattress. Serta has pioneered sleep innovation for more than 90 years, bringing quality products to more than 150 countries worldwide. Serta Comfort is validated by consumers with thousands of 5-star reviews and are designed and assembled in the U.S. at one of Serta's state-of-the-art facilities. Serta's award-winning mattress collections are created by providing superior comfort along with overall support and breathability. Get Serta Comfort by visiting Kincaid Service Company in Shelbyville. Online at kincaidservice.com. Do you have questions about your medical bill? Do you have a medical bill that your medical insurance is not paying? Do you really owe that charge? Or what about that medical procedure you need, but you cannot get your medical insurance to approve it? Well, Elaine at Patient Advocate Consulting, LLC is here to help you solve those problems. Give Elaine a call at 931-437-2147 and visit online at deniedclaimshelp.com. Patient Advocate Consulting, LLC.
Election night 2024 here at WLIJ, and let's sort of review all the elections tonight. We've had a couple of big tight races locally, but let's go federal first. Donald Trump's going to win Bedford County extremely big. I don't know what the percentages was, but it was big. You've got Marshall Blackman won big for U.S. Senate in Bedford County. Scott Desjardins won big for Congress in Bedford County. Shane Reeves won state Senate in Bedford County, and Pat Marsh won big in Bedford County for state rep. Now, the local races, let's just review those again. Cody Chirac in Normandy will be an alderman. He was unopposed, and looks like he received 37 votes in or what I've got here, 37 votes in Normandy. You have the Shelbyville municipal election, the city council elections. City council, Ward 1, Henry Feldhouse, won unopposed, 503 votes. City council, Ward 3, Betsy Knoll won, 485 votes. City Council Ward 5, Josh Blevins won, 426. That was a close race with Dee McCullough at 378. And then the 3 in Wartrace, Alderman, all ran unopposed. Thomas Batchelor, Benjamin Condado, and Matthew Evans. And that will be your local races here in Bedford County. And that's all of them now, and it looks like, I will give you the totals now. Benny just brought in the totals for the federal. Looks like Donald Trump got 15,752 votes. Marshall Blackman's 15,086 votes. Scott Desjardins, 14,348. Shane Reeves, 14,717, and Pat Marsh got 16,875. He got more votes than Trump or Marshall Blackburn. So Pat Marsh is the king of Bedford County. So that's pretty strong.
He is. And I think we call him Mr. Speaker, don't we?
Yeah, he's Speaker Pro Tem. That's right. And also, too, tonight, we want to thank all our sponsors: Doak Howell Funeral Home, First Community Bank, Kincaid Service Company, Patient Advocate Consulting, Templeton and Associates Insurance, Traders Bank, Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care, C&J Wood Design, Matthew Allen Trucking, State Farm, Jacob Spence, and People's Bank. So thank all the sponsors. Warren, you want to close us out, you and Curt? Because I've talked way too much, probably.
Well, I think you've done a good job.
I want to thank you. I enjoyed doing this with y'all. I really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. You know, it's sort of, you know, you and I have been through elections, Curt. It's sort of a nerve-wracking thing when the votes come in, so it's sort of fun to see.
And Warren's been the guy that was always telling us how to vote.
Exactly. Or telling me who I need to go talk to, who do I need to go shake hands.
That's right. So Warren's had many hats, and I'm going to say this, Jim. Warren has done a fabulous job of the celebration. You know, it's not an easy job.
We're going to take one more break, Curt, and we're going to come back and close it out.
Okay.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Simpleton and Associates Insurance, 108 Depot Street, Shelbyville, or call Jennifer, Kay, or Natalie at 931-684-4380. Shop local, invest local, bank local. Why not Traders Bank in Shelbyville? Protect your hard-earned assets with their Citizens ID Secure checking account. Traders Bank has the technology in place to protect your identity with their identity monitoring technology, monitoring more than 1,000 databases to identify suspicious activity. Traders Bank has got your back. 931-680-3500 or visit their office on North Main Street next to Sonic for your banking needs. Traders Bank of Shelbyville. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When's the last time you've seen the eye doctor? Don't wait. Whether it's little Carter's first pair of glasses or keeping a good eye on your vision health as you age, your eyes are a precious thing. See personalized care for the whole family and friendly faces at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care on 605 North Main in Shelbyville, across from the U.S. Post Office. Striving to bring you excellence in optometry every single day. Don't put your family's vision off. Make an appointment today at 931-684-2020. Personalized eye care for the whole family at Dr. Hasty Family Eye Care.
SACP has been a real game changer for me. It's not just about school. It's about meeting people I'd probably never talk to otherwise. I've made friends that I've never expected just by showing up. There have been mornings where I didn't get breakfast, but SACP always had snacks ready. That really matters, especially if you don't always get enough to eat at home. SACP isn't just a program. It's a place where I feel like I belong. Whether you're looking to meet new friends or you just need a little extra help, SACP is there for you. Visit BedfordK12TN.com to see how you can get plugged in.
All right, we're back on election night. We're about ready to wrap up here. We've got all the results in for Bedford County. It's been a fun night to be with both of y'all, Curt, you and Warren, and had a great time going through all the election results. Warren?
Yeah, thank y'all. I really enjoyed it, and you know, Jim, you gave me my first job, and Curt was a great mentor to me when I was an intern on the Hill. So this was really neat for me. I really enjoyed it. Thank y'all for having me.
Well, you're very important, Warren, to our community. We appreciate everything you do at the celebration. That's the economic engine for Bedford County. It brings a lot of tourism in, a lot of dollars, and a lot of business, and we appreciate all the work you do. It's not an easy job, but you do an excellent job. You're the right guy for that job, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening, and good night.